Before the Americans, Japanese, and even the Spaniards came, there were the batuk'ans, or as Spaniards call them, the Pintados. Nearly 500 years ago, the Philippines, a 7,641 island archipelago that lies between mainland Asia and the Great Pacific Ocean, was known by another name. The conquistadors who claimed the island nation declared it the Philippines, in honor of their King Philip, who was then their Spanish king. But amongst those who had traveled to this beautiful and exotic land, it was known as La Isla de los Pintados, or commonly known as the Island of the Painted Ones, because of the peculiar practice the locals had of adorning themselves, with their entire bodies laced with intricate designs embedded into their skins. The tattoos that these warriors possessed were not just meant for decorative purposes. As stated by William Henry Scott in his book, Barangay 16th Century Philippine Culture, the tattoos of the Pintados project an aura of intimidation and fear towards their enemies, which was a part of their psychological strategy during tribal war and raids. It should be noted that this is not some kind of elaborated bluff that they utilized, for acquiring their own tattoo required a tormenting process that only the toughest could endure. To the locals, these markings were an outward symbol of status, beauty, family, and pride. They represented an individual's personal journey and accomplishments, a public testimony inscribed onto their flesh recounting acts of combat, bravery, and strength. The more tattooed the warrior, the more revered. To the Western imperialists, the tattoos were savage and a constant reminder that these were people who needed saving, taming, governing, and that their country was a gateway and means to proliferate their own wealth, status, and establish dominance in the region, and subsequently throughout the world. As for the process, the batuk'ans apply the tattoos by pricking the skin with sharp pieces of iron and then applying black powder to the open wounds, which are then absorbed into the skin permanently. Tattoos were symbols of male valor, applied only after a man had performed in battle with fitting courage, and like modern military decorations, they are accumulated with additional feats. The names of tattoo designs used by our ancestors reflected the beautiful imagery of nature. The labid was an inch-wide vertical design that resembled a snake or crocodile scale pattern, zigzagging from one's legs to their waist. Bangot was an exclusive tattoo design for the face of warriors, resembling the gaping jaw of crocodile or sometimes the face of an eagle. In a similar way, there are tattoos which were only done or applied on certain body parts, such as ablay for shoulder, dub-dub for chest, and daya-daya for the arms. The sun symbolizes the upper layer of the multi-layered universe found in Philippine mythology, which is known as the Kalwalhatian, where ancient gods dwell. On the other hand, snakes are usually the representation of the underworld, or as they call it, kasakitan, a reference to the large serpent familiar of the Manabo goddess, the Gao, which is coiled below the 5 pillars that support the world. The artful tattoo designs made by our ancestors are windows into the spirituality of our people during the period when they are still untouched by colonizers. In the present times, the people from Leyte and Samar commemorate the culture and tradition of the batuk'ans in the form of Pintados Festival, which is held every month of June. It celebrates the rich social legacy, consolidating local music and moves of the general population of both provinces. This Pintados celebration causes us to see the value and magnificence of the customs of the nation's progenitors. It offers us the chance to feel an uncommon direct encounter and the experience of culture.